boys and girls, today I'm going to be making a terrarium. And basically this is going to be the super amateur version of a terrarium, because what happened is that yesterday I watched a whole bunch of videos about terrariums and I got super inspired to make my own, but not inspired enough to actually go to the store and buy things. So all of these things are just stuff that I got in and around my house, and I'm going to be trying my best to make a terrarium out of all that stuff. And I'm gonna be doing like an update after a week, so you guys can see if it actually worked. So let's begin. I got this little bottle that I'm gonna be making my terrarium in, just a random bottle that I got somewhere. I got rocks from outside, dirt from outside. I got some little plants and things. I got a little bit of charcoal from my fireplace, and I got this cloth here, and then just like some tweezers and things, and some water. And if you see the footage of me actually getting all my plants and moss and things, you can see that I'm wearing gloves, basically because it's the middle of winter and I have no patience, so I'm gonna do it now instead of waiting. Begin, and I'm just gonna be putting some little rocks in the bottom. So the rocks in the bottom, they're gonna be pretty small, and basically that's where the water is gonna go, because you don't want the soil to be wet all the time and rot the roots and stuff. You just don't want it to be soggy, so with the rocks we're giving a place for the water to go, to drain to. So I put about that many rocks. Everything's a mess already, but that's our base. And then what we're gonna do on top of that is put some of this in. The professionals that I watched the other day, they had like mesh, or I think it was called weed cloth or something like that, and I don't have that obviously, so I'm just using this see-through cloth as a base. And I'm just gonna put my bottle on there and cut it so that it's slightly bigger than the width of the bottle. So there it is. It's very rough, but no one's gonna see this anyway. So I'm gonna put that on top. Oops. That's why you need the tweezers. So I got it in there, sort of, but I actually made it a little bit smaller because I was having a really hard time to get in there. But I'm just gonna start putting the dirt on top, and it'll get weighed down. So basically this part is just in there to stop the dirt from mixing with the rocks, but to let the water through. I'm just gonna start putting the dirt in there. And I'm gonna be putting some crushed charcoal in there, here and there as well. I don't know if this is actually necessary. What I read was that it keeps the odors at bay and the toxins and things. A lot of people were using it to feed their springtail. So that's what it looks like so far. I got the rocks, and then the cloth, and then the dirt. Right? And this was actually pretty difficult, finding the little plants. I thought it would be super easy, but a lot of the plants that I would try to get would have really long roots, so I knew that they weren't, like, if they were given the chance, they would actually get really big. But I did manage to find some little mosses and things. Got them in there. And little piece of wood that hopefully will fit in there. I'm gonna try to arrange those. So, just gotta clean that mud up. Alright, so normally now you would put your springtails in there. So springtails basically are just like, they're little bugs and they're really harmless, and they eat the mold and stuff that, and all the decaying matter that would be in there. But I don't have any springtails, but I do know that springtails are basically found everywhere. So I just lifted up this log, and then underneath, see this dirt here, and then I'll go like this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but when you move it around a bit, you can see tiny little things jumping up. And those are the springtails, I assume. And basically, I mean, it would be impossible to catch them individually, so I just got some dirt from here and put it in a container. I'm just gonna put in some water. I'm gonna use the cap because I don't want to like crush everything in there. Alright, so there's the final product.